Hello everyone, it's day 67. Today I have a 9th May Indian Express newspaper and there is one important article over the Indian Express explained page. It is regarding the Indo-Nepal border issue. So let us see quickly what this article is about to say. So the Nepal's cabinet last week decided to put a map on its rupees 100 currency note showing certain areas administered by India in Uttarakhand as part of its territory, provoking Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to say that such unilateral measures by Kathmandu would not change the reality on the ground. The territorial dispute is about 372 square kilometer area that includes Limpia Dhura, Lipu Lake, and Kalapani at the India Nepal China Tri Junction in Uttarakhand's Pithoragarh district. Nepal has claimed for long that these areas belong to those historically and evidently. The map was adopted by consensus in Nepal's parliament 4 years ago. The Prime Minister of India and Nepal have agreed to have the boundary issues examined and settled through diplomatic channels. Following the Nepal's cabinet decision, Jaishankar said on May 4 that discussions about our boundary matters are going through an established platform, but it would appear that Kathmandu is not happy with the pace and urgency of that process. Unlike in 2020, when the new map was adopted, the May 2 decision to put it on the currency note has met with skepticism and criticism in Nepal. So, genesis of the issue: the Treaty of Sagoli at the end of the Anglo-Nepalese War of 1814-16 resulted in Nepal losing a chunk of the territory to the East India Company. Article 5 of the treaty took away the jurisdiction of Nepal's ruler over the land of the east of the Kali River. And Buddhi Narayan Shrestha, an expert on the boundaries, said that maps issued by the British Surveyor General of India in 1819, 21, 27, and 1856 showed that Kali River as origination in Limpia Dhura. The next map, published in 1879, used the name of the river in the local language as Kuti Yangti. The map that was published in 1920-21 retained the name Kuti Yangti, but it identified a different Kali. The new Kali was shown as a stream originating from a temple site and joining the main stream about a kilometer downstream. However, the last map issued by the British before they left India in 1947 showed the initial position of the Kali River originating in Limpia Dhura, Shrestha said. According to Shrestha, villages in this area, Gunji, Nabhi, Kunti, and Kalapani, also known as Tulsi, Nurang, and Nabhidang, were covered by the Nepal government census until 1962, and the people paid land revenue to the government in Kathmandu. However, the situation changed after the war between India and China that year. Bishwabandhu Thapa, a former Home Minister of the Nepal who is now 93, said India's Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru approached King Mahendra of Nepal asking for permission to use Kalapani, which was strategically located close to Tri Junction, as a base for the Indian Army. Dr. Bhek Bahadur Thapa, who served as Nepal's foreign minister in 2005-2006 and as ambassador to India during 97 to 2003, said that even though Indian officials claimed in bilateral talks later that King Mahendra gifted the area to India, the issue was never resolved. So, India Nepal talks. Several prominent personalities who have officially represented Nepal in bilateral talks claimed that Prime Minister I.K. Gujral in April 1997 to March 1998 had promised to give up these areas if Nepal was able to produce evidence for its claim. In July 2000, the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee assured the visiting Nepal Prime Minister GP Koirala that India had no interest in even an inch of Nepali territory. However, the mechanism led by the two foreign secretaries did not make progress. The visit of Nepal Prime Minister the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Nepal in 2014 gave rise to hopes of a resolution of all contentious issues. He and his Nepali counterpart Sushil Prasad Koirala, agreed to set up a boundary working group for speedy settlement of the border issues in the Kalapani and Susta, a 145 square kilometer area that had fallen to the on the Indian side after the river Gandak changed course. So, after returning from India on June 3 last year, Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpakumar Dahal Prachand claimed that Modi has assured him that the border issue would be sorted out at the earliest. However, there was no mention of this in the official statement at the end of the official visit. So, frictions in the bilateral ties. The goodwill of the 2005 to 14 period, when India mediated the transition of the Hindu kingdom into a secular federal republic, evaporated in 2015 after the Maoists rejected outright the suggestion of New Delhi conveyed through then Foreign Secretary Jaishankar that Nepal's new constitution should be delayed until the concerns of the Terai parties were addressed. The 134-day blockade of the Nepal that began in September 2015 created significant distrust against India, and KP Sharma Oli, who took over as Prime Minister that October, quickly moved to sign a trade and transit agreement with China in order to create a fallback source for the supply of essential goods. In February 2018, Oli, chairman of the Communist Party of Nepal, unified Marxist-Leninist, returned as Prime Minister with a massive mandate in the first election held under the new constitution in 2020. He took the lead to build a consensus in parliament for Nepal's new map that formally included the 372 square kilometer in Uttarakhand and pledged to bring it back. India decreed Nepal's cartographic aggression as unacceptable, but said the issue would have to be sorted out through diplomatic channels on the basis of evidence. It is noteworthy that the cabinet decision on printing the new rupees 100 notes has come less than 2 months after Oli's party joined the ruling coalition in Nepal. While the manifesto of Oli's CPN UML promised to bring these areas into Nepal, successive governments in Kathmandu have over the years taken up the issue of border encroachment with both India and China. Rajeshwar Acharya, Nepal's former ambassador to China, said. So 2024 different from 2020. Unlike 2020, when the new map was adopted by Parliament, there is no visible consensus on putting the map of the currency note. The UML and Prachand CPM Maoist Center are together in the ruling coalition, but the Nepali Congress, the main opposition and the largest party in the parliament, is yet to make a statement on this issue. Chiranjeevi Nepal, the economic advisor to the President Ramchandra Paudel and a former governor of Rashtra Bank, Nepal's central bank, has described the cabinet decision as unwise and provocative. Many others too believe the issue should be settled through dialogue without actions that may invite extreme steps by India. However, based on preliminary assessment, the government appears hopeful that with the better road connectivity with China, the hardship of Nepalis in the event of 2015 like blockades will be far less. Nepal sorted out its boundary issues with China in the early 1960s through bilateral meetings of the Boundary Commission. Nepal's former Prime Minister Kirti Nidhi Bishta had once quoted his Chinese counterpart Chow En Lai, as saying that border issues, if left unresolved, turn into problems for the future generation that are difficult to address. Despite the in principle agreement on resolution, through appropriate platforms based on evidence, India and Nepal have not fixed a time frame or called a meeting for the purpose. So that was important article from this 8th May newspaper. So we have to cover 4 days newspaper. So we'll quickly cover only one article each day. So we'll meet with 10th May Indian Express newspaper.